Hi guys, how are you? We're going to be looking at your earth signs mid-August. I felt like it reading. I'm going to do each individual sign with a smaller aspect. Also, my wooden deck, which predicts more prominent energies, Dharma Karma, what you came through the door with. Most of the major arcanas are there, all of them actually. So we're going to look at each sign individually with a breakdown. So let's get started because it's a long reading. You can see me shuffling these to begin when I place if you want to fast forward. But right now we're working on Capricorn, okay? So this is for our lovely Capricorn spirit guides. What are they looking at for the end of August? Our lovely Capricorns. What are they looking at the end of August? Our lovely Capricorns. In a collective, what are they looking at the end of August? They'll tell me when to stop, and that's what I'm hearing. So here we go. Let's look. I'm working on Capricorn. Well, Capricorn, maybe you're dealing with a Leo where you really did find strength in yourself. I like the strength coming through forward for you. Maybe you are working with a Leo. Okay, and as another soulmate could be a Gemini. Okay, definitely a relationship issue because of the soulmates leaning on each other. They're upright. I like that coming through the door. So you're reflecting soulmates, families, relationships. There seems to be a Pisces, an unknown with a soulmate as well. Maybe a block within a Leo because that lays here as well. You know, you think there would be an opening, or that's what you're really reflecting through the door. Yeah, you want to balance these energies within soulmates with a Gemini, a Libra, a Pisces. Let's see the underlying thing. You feel there's an emperor, or, you know, the emperor reflects how to run an empire, how to run a business, the strength in that. You feel there's a strong unknown to that. You feel there needs to be something balanced as well. With the primary card being soulmate, so you have a good intention. Yes. You would like to manifest this. You've been thinking about this for a while. You think there's an Aries upside down. You don't think, you know, there's a strong relationship in a double sword, double clarifying, double the way you think about it. You keep weighing it. I feel that 4-4. Yes, you feel something is incomplete. You feel there's been a lot of karma, maybe within soulmates. You know, you're weighing the karma, you're weighing what wasn't strong, you know, before this door is opened. I like to see the justice here. You feel there's a control in something, you know, maybe with the mom energy. You know, could be another family parental issues. All right, so let's see what the crown thought of this is yourself. You know, you're coming out as your crown thought. It also could mean a hard lesson, a lot of restrictions in soulmates, a lot of toxic went there. There was a strong sense that you balanced a lot. You feel there wasn't intuitions being used with someone else. Yeah. You felt there was a judgment factor, you know, from maybe past things with a fire sign and with an air sign. Okay, you realize a lot of things weren't complete, but you also realized a lot of the balancing where intuitions weren't being used. You are reflecting an older and a younger sign. You feel there's something that you're holding with a Leo or a Gemini or a Libra or a Pisces. Okay, there's also that there in an Aquarius. Secrets, you know, the high priestess is all knowing. You know, maybe there's something that you're not seeing with the moon energy here because the empress is reversed. You feel one or more of these signs are holding something that's toxic from you. Yeah, there's a resistance, there's a Scorpio involved. You feel maybe somebody's holding a lesson or holding a Scorpio, you know, or emotional things that you should know. Something should be revealed to you. Yeah, that there maybe wasn't a lesson that you were willing to bend with. It wasn't a lesson that you learned. You feel there was a lesson that you're holding. You know, you could be dealing with a Leo. You know, maybe not bending. Maybe there's something that you're holding with a Leo that you're using your judgment with. You know, there could be balancing, but you don't want to look at it. You're just holding it in with the high priestess here. All right, so here, now you're reflecting this coming through the door. You know, there's going to be some time down for you. There's going to be some knowledge used. There could be a Virgo to grab the knowledge here. Maybe you're afraid of somebody will judge something you're holding and you don't think it would be complete. You would like to manifest something else. Right? You don't think somebody agrees with what you want to manifest with. You don't care either way if it's balanced. There's a total walking away 8 of Cups energy here. Yeah, there's a Mars element. Maybe you're dealing with 2 or more fire signs, or all 3 components. I hear that. With a Sag, with a Leo, and an Aries. There's also a communication and a duality with yourself, with the toxic being here of Capricorn. Maybe you've been spending some time to see where your path is. And that's a good aspect to have because there's healing right with you. You know, there's a connection to it. You're very, very strong. Plus, Capricorn rule the family. So they're a cardinal sign, yeah. There's a lot of temperance. I knew you were going to get all fire signs on the board right in front of me because that's where you feel maybe the structure was lacking, right? Between the strength, the passion, the commitment, you feel there's something lacking there, underlining energy. Maybe you're dealing with a tower moment that's trying to be fixed and fixed and fixed with you or somebody else. You're thinking about it and thinking about it and thinking about it. It's almost coming to an end because I see you're walking away from something. I don't read these upside down. Yeah, here's intuition, but both came upside down. So I don't like to leave this card. My card came upside down, so you already know the gist of it in your story. I would really like to see that healing aspect of maybe what you resisted with the death being this would be, you know, going through a transformation, you know, rooting something else, learning from it, breaking off what had to be broken off, right? No Tulsa trap, but an understanding and why it laid the way it laid. You have it upside down. So it's like a lump in the throat. There's a communication being held. There's not a transformation, okay? There's a block there, all right? Maybe emotional, something maybe you don't want to look at in a shallow part. So you're kind of reflecting to quick healing. Be careful, that's on the board. Yeah, maybe you're, you feel like, there wasn't an awakening or there wasn't an understanding of how you felt, but then you didn't say anything, so your silence is causing confusion. You want a new beginning with something, but you really, really wanted balance. Maybe it was with a Libra. You wish something would awaken, like you feel it's a bad dream. I feel bad for you right now because I can feel your eagerness to move forward. Okay, there's such an eagerness. Let's see what this temperance for our lovely Capricorns. When you open the door, something you're still resisting is something you're gonna have to balance in this new portal. But let's see what it is. Well, yourself. Okay, here's that another root, Virgo, maybe to ground your energy, to balance, the positive and negative in yourself in this Hermit, and not hold so much. Maybe working on expressing something that really would help you if you expressed it, if you said how you felt. Maybe there would be an understanding, but you don't think they'll understand, whoever you're dealing with. Yeah. You don't think they'll heal. This came upside down. I'm going to put that healing strength because you have a lot that you're going through in a healing manner. I think you're afraid that it won't work out like something, but I think the other person that you're dealing with wants you to see another perceptive where maybe the outer energies are resisting. They're trying to use their intuitions, but they're being pushed back by the outer energies, whatever is surrounding them. You know it. You already know it. There's a purity inside this. You might be dealing with a Leo. You might be dealing with an Aries. There's a purity inside this. You don't feel that somebody's getting what they deserve, which I like because it's a good intention. You don't want to wish anything bad on anybody. Your intention to ground and balance something is pure. You would like a solution of an awakening where those intuitions would be turned around. So maybe your intuition's telling you something, but your ego's strong side said, I'm not going to give in. Oh, why should I give in? But your intuition's telling you that you really, really want to ground something. You don't want to hold an argument, or you don't want to hold it. You want a new beginning as well. You know the other person feels the same way, but a lot of egos are here. Look what I've grounded. Don't you see what I've done? Do you have my understanding? But you're not saying nothing. I think hiddenly there is a balance of an intuition, maybe that somebody expected you to use and there was a letdown because you didn't. Yeah, there's a union here that you knew was pure, that you knew it would have been beneficial bringing together. You know, but you still reflect on the strength of what, you know, you've lost. You're just reflecting where the wheel didn't go around for you. You want to project that healing, but you're dropping these two. You're resisting looking at them. You're not mastering. You could have Cancer in your sign. If you have Cancer in your sign, there's a mastery here that's not a good movement. It's a tower. You knew there was one more or another component maybe dealing with a Leo in a transformation. There was a rough beginning that you helped with, where intuitions weren't being brought. The Capricorn sign above this really helped when the wheel went around. You know, tried not to resist, did work it out, but there was so much resistance coming from the outer energies, whatever the situation is, that it was being knocked down, and it caused a lot of nostalgia. So now it's I'm not doing nothing type of attitude. I'm done. I don't want to say nothing, but yet you never did. Truth came out on the board. So the cards are agreeing with me that the union that was supposed to happen and didn't take place because of egotistical forcing of the wheel, because it didn't go a certain way to a lot of parties included, was the toxic double power to it. It was a power trip between a lot of people using an innocence. And the compassion was wiped out the door. I don't really read these upside down, but you know, there is power here in wow, should I show my compassion, should I not? Your intuition is trying to tell you that your real self wants to begin with something and really ground it, that you have the power to do that, to have the compassion, but you weigh it. You know, you leave that on hold. You hold that. Right? And then we have upside down an emperor. So you know there's a masculine, or there's an Aries or something, that maybe there was a Gemini behind and there's something being held. You have compassion for that situation. You were hoping for a new beginning, for you worked on it in the earlier years. That would be truth, but you're not saying anything, so it's causing you to feel some type of energy. There's something that was said or in communication form that was truth, but it hurt. You have compassion while the other person feels, and or yourself, to begin, but you won't move yet. Yeah, you just keep keeping it still. You won't express it. There's a veil over it. You keep your mouth shut with it. Maybe somebody's expressing it to you, but you're not giving any reciprocation or compassion in the situation. You're just being stern. And that's where you're coming in. Shallow self. Your shallow self is so strong, but it knows the truth, and you're fighting your intuition on it. You know you could be of service or help, to help a wheel, to help somebody maybe of a Leo sign, and you know you could balance it, but you hold back that compassion for the other person. You have no faith that something will work out. You didn't learn something there. This is the lesson, the learning. You know why that, what you had to go through, the crow energy. You know someone's awakened, you're looking at it, but you're looking at the past, you're not moving forward, you refuse to pass that lesson, especially if it being upside down. So you're above a lesson. Mm, mm, mm. Gratitude. Maybe you're not thankful for any of the lessons that you did learn. Maybe there is a power trip. Maybe there would be a purity if you grounded this. Your spirit guides are here offering the truth because your intuition's trying to tell you something. Like something is falling. Something is falling. It is your patience. Maybe something keeps being brought up, but you don't say anything. There's a stronghold power backing that up, with gratefulness being upside down, which I'm going to push forward because it would be a transformation if there was communication here. Using your wisdom. But you're going against it. This reading is for mid-August, but the cards keep telling me to put them on the door. The only cards I really put past the door was the healing, the temperance, the grounding, the purity, the power of knowing this, to find compassion, to find that faith to talk up. You'll feel better. You'll have a new beginning. The shallow self can stop fighting intuition and you can find some truth in a union. If I only spoke up of how you really feel. And show where you've had patience and where you've held and where you did use your intuition. You want to be recognized for that. You want that balance, to know that you want gratitude, that you didn't resist when you needed to. You just went with it, right? So that's what you really want. The ending energy is healing with this movement. Healing with those emotions being the Cancer and the negative. You want a healing. This could be a lot of family issues or relationship. I feel that very, very strong. We're a smaller aspect. We're through the door now. I wonder what you did with your shallow self. What did happen with the shallow self? Because it shows that you found some truth in a hermit. You were able to heal some. You got the sun as well. Yeah, maybe it was something that you didn't wish would happen. I'd like to put your dreams up, because the truth holds what your dreams are. You know where you have a sense of belonging. But you're not losing, there's almost hope upside down, a Leo upside down, when you knew there was strength. So that could be coming into an August. So you're thinking about a Leo. You thought you could do something with a Leo, but it caved in. You might be working with one or more Leos. You might be working with a Virgo to grab something as well. A Scorpionic lesson in healing with Aquarius. Okay, I feel that. You also have a Libra. You're very, very protected. You're also showing that you're protecting something else. So you're protecting two other things, but there's a star energy that needs to be healed, but you protect something else. You're holding something else. You don't want that exposed. Yeah, there's an adventure that you're going on, and you feel this weighs you down. Yeah. You're really concentrating on your movement for business. There's something in a business that you're pulling through that door. A Buckman also shows that because, there's something that you protect, you feel something won't transform if you move into this other venture. Yeah. If you're losing your innocence. You feel you're going to lose something of an innocence that means something to you. You don't think it's going to or something will be taken away from you that you care about, but you're losing something you care about because you're not compromising. What a powerful reading, because your shallow self is caring for a lot of people all at once to try to find a solution, but every time you even attempt, or you're afraid to express it, you feel there's going to be a tower. Watch your manifestation in your hermit. Yeah, you're beautiful and you deserve love too. That's for our Capricorns, because you are beautiful and you deserve love too. You are thinking about a whole, but there's somebody so focused, and it's almost like an obsession with it, thinking about it, thinking about it, thinking about it, to clear out, to smooth out something. There's someone around you and or yourself that you're involved in that could help smooth, but you feel a reaction, it's already done. That's why you look this way. You already feel there's a root to it. You want growth, but you don't want to be a part of that growth. So you surrendered to it. You walked away. You walked away. Yeah. You tried to find a balance within yourself. You tried to find a balance. I think somebody is really trying to balance it with you, but you do not reflect it. You just walked away. Mhm. And you feel that innocence made your decision in a whole, so you kept with that. You also felt like, okay, you're going to take whatever comes through with that wheel, whatever chariot movement, whether intuitions were down. This is what hovers over you as another tower. You're afraid of that. Don't be afraid of that because you're going to use your wisdom. There's an innocence that you care about. That's what your shallow self is telling you. There's going to be something that you know is coming to you. There's an awakening. Leo got that too. Scorpio's here. Now, I want to give you, they gave an ancestor card with the earth signs. It says, oh, stuck as formation begins. Oh, that little feather. You're my outer wing. A love placed. A definite Scorpio energy. But also, the person that you're dealing with knows that you've helped in an outer wing, maybe when they weren't strong. You were in suit, your ducks fly together like family would in that V. You were stationed there for a reason to help those younger people. You had to go through a lot of lessons where you felt stuck, and you also held your formation, and that's what you want recognition for. Yes, it tethered you. Yes, your feathers were a little bent, in ego, in the shallow self, in holding something so long. You feel this situation needs to be worked out. I feel that with this card. This was also done on 7/4, so a decision to stabilize something within a home. It was 2019, so maybe something happened in the Cancer placement last year of July 4th, actually. Was there a celebration or an independence for yourself? You did show up there as Crown Thought. You tried to use your wisdom to protect something else, but it caused another tower moment for something else, and you hold that heavy. So that's the reflection you're going to. You're going to try to keep yourself playful energy to override your intuition, but there will be an awakening that you are going to, either from a tower moment, your angels from the other side, your soulmates, what's been revealed through your soulmates. You're going to find a different way. I believe that heart of yours that leads is going to find that compassion to have a resolution and work together instead of so independent. Capricorns, you're the independent sign, the king, queen of pentacles. Of course you're going to have that, aspect to you. So I love the way you came out in your reading. I think you're going to reflect the fact that there is a solution where, because you have compassion for somebody that's upside down, that you notice that is being knocked down in whatever they do. You're actually observing it but not saying anything. You see the resistance near the energy there, but you won't say anything. You won't stand up for that, knowing that that person would stand up for you, but you don't feel that way on a horrible conversation to something they weighed. I'm getting this total channel, and that's what you're holding. And it's been revealed to you, and it pissed you off that this person revealed something maybe that you didn't want to see in your self-mirror image. So you understood how they felt. This is still going to Capricorn? Yeah, you understood the lesson, but still, you leave them hanging. Bottom card for you, and there you are. Scorpio, you know, you understood there was a transformation with this person, an awakening with this person. You observed it from afar. You see what they went through. So that's how I'm ending it. So I don't know. I would really like to end Capricorn, please. They said one more card. Patience. Archangel Michael is with you. Archangel Michael is with the party that you're dealing with, especially the innocent that you're protecting. But the wheel will go up. That's what will be revealed. This will have a big revealing, a big awakening. You're going to notice something in yourself. You're also going to notice where you were stuck, where you helped, how the strength that you led through the door is phenomenal, and I love it. All right, we're closing Capricorn. All right, we're going to Taurus. Let's see what Taurus is doing. Wow, that was 25 minutes for Capricorn. This is definitely Taurus, guys. So far, you know, Capricorn is really reflecting where you're stuck. So, I mean, that's the job of the Capricorn, the double sign, too. You know, sometimes it takes you out of where you're stuck to show you didn't belong there in the first place. So I love that energy. Okay, this is for our lovely Virgos. Lovely Virgos, please, the end of August through the door. Here we go. Oh, wow. So you have a Cancerian energy with you, right? An unknown, a mastery, a balance of positive and negative. I like that. You're reflecting something that may have been hard to grow through. You realized something was off, so you changed something. Yeah, you began with something. You could be dealing with Aries, Leo, Sag. You know, you could be dealing with a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So there is a new beginning for you that you're reflecting. You know something's off. You know there's a Cancerian energy. You know there's an unknown about this energy. I think you're not even thinking about where you're going through the door so far. You just know you completed a lot. There was a lot of karmic and things that you learned from last August that have been completed. I like the world energy upright. Because you've done that and mastered your movement in such a way, you're going to have a pretty good beginning. I feel that. Yeah, I knew that was coming up for you. Look. It's been a lot of healing, you know. Maybe there was a master movement with a link to a home, to your movement. Also, business is reflecting here. They're telling me, yeah, and soulmates. You're dealing with also a Gemini, a duality in yourself. Your Gemini is complete and healed, so now you're ready to move forward. That could have been a past relationship. Yeah, there was a tower moment with that. But I love the way the sun is still present through that tower moment. It bursted right into your movement. It was the first one out, so that's your crown thought. So you're looking forward to something. You know, you let a tower fall, it fell. That Cancerian energy, you're trying to fix a tower moment, you began to look at a lot differently. A lot more of a healing aspect, crown of thought, because, you know, maybe you were going a quick healing and you realized this movement. Yeah, you were holding it for a minute. There was an intuitional use of the high priestess, the all-knowing, what you hold, the secrets of the acorn. You know, the duality in yourself and the choice in two. So yeah, I like it. I like the way you're going with your crown thought. Something you thought you were holding, you thought about it. Here you are. You walk through the door as you, the hermit, Virgo. The all-knowing energy. Where those blocks were, where that growth was, what you could maneuver to emotionally rise, right? The movement. You did well to transmit. That's how I'm taking that, hermit. That was total channel, but you really did go through the door. I love your energy. And beginning with your book, going through this door, there were just reasons why you had to let go and master something. You knew the positive and negatives of that. I love the way you're coming through the door of Virgo. You could have had a Leo. You could have had an Aries in there. A Virgo yourself. Also a Gemini or Aquarius, Libra. And something to do with the justice system. There was a balancing there, you know. There was also a holding of. And you know, secrets were held in that Cancerian energy. Yeah, but but you listen from somebody. You're watching somebody from afar as well, Virgo. You're listening to your surroundings. You're listening to someone. You could be listening to an Aries, Leo, Sag. You're listening to see what's happening, an unknown with a high priestess, which could be justice as well. You're not saying anything with this hermit present. Yeah, there's an unknown fear that you don't want to hear something went wrong, but you're waiting. And you're observing, but you're not saying anything. You're looking for signs for something that was, to see if there's signs being balanced with a fire sign. Yeah, you want to see a transition. Something you worked on hard with, you know, you reflected long about it. You love them. You fear for their movement. You know, you hope there's healing, but you know there's something they're holding. You're hoping they learn from it. You hope they bend a different way. You know, maybe they're bending just one way and you would like them to straighten out a little bit, you know. Maybe they're going to reflecting towards the past and they're blocking their own future with something. You know, maybe it's you, maybe it's somebody else. You definitely have a completion to begin with something. You know, you felt you were stuck with this lesson for a minute. You've been really looking for signs of improvement and a balance there. So I like that. You're very smart. Yeah, you know, maybe you're dealing with family, you know, maybe you're dealing with, maybe you went to family for an unknown and you were listening to something, but it caused something, a transition for, you know, a separation of the past. You know, maybe you felt like someone transitioned and the whole family just split apart. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like there's no peace from a transformation. That's a Cancerian energy. You know there's been a passing in a relationship that took hard on a lot of people right there. Right? A lot of fear was presented, a lot of holding back of the healing of the transformation of the Fool as well. So I feel for you because it's like you're the glue. You're the glue for something. You know, you're trying to help. You really don't want to see what the outcome is. You're just secretly listening, being aware and caring at the same time. You're trying to keep the faith of being innocent. You're trying to help some people. You want such a situation to change. You know hidden knowledge sits on a line. You know where those roots from the past. You're hoping, wow, you know, there's like, I just want it cleared out. I just want it cleared out. There's almost a halt to this change, you know, and there's lessons, maybe of older people, you know, not walking through the door in your eyes, putting their best foot forward. You want that. I think you are. Lovely energy you hold. I swear you do. See, I knew there was a protection in you. There's a protection that you're holding. You know, you're protecting it slow and surely, but trying to do it on the down low. It's so cute. It's such a big. I'd love to give you a hug because you have a beautiful energy. You know, just the energy to listen to someone else that may be going through it. You know, maybe doesn't wanna. Their perception is a little off. They don't want to walk through the door, but you know in their heart they want to change. You know in their heart they learned a lot. You learned a lot from this person. This is a beautiful story for one. I want to tell you that, especially coming from the Hermit himself, the Virgo, so I'm honored. Yeah, I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for your energy. I believe that you noticed something with the Gemini, a duality in yourself, so you found some peace with that sanctuary. You really counted the rings of where you've been through, where the root factors were, where the clarity had came in the crown chakra. You're very talented that way. Yes, you're also dealing, you feel there's an earth sign involved. You're disappointed in something. You thought that that would be sacred, always been there, and something unknown happened with an earth sign. Right, and now you question how pure an intention is. You're going to find out in the middle of August about that. Also, you have been really taking some time for yourself. That also gives you advice to go outside, stop hermiting so much, really getting back into the swing of things after quarantine as well. There's a resistance here to go outside, so maybe you've been hermiting a little bit. You know, you're trying to find compassion in both situations, revolving that, what I had just explained, what you were afraid of, what was being held with a fire sign. So you don't say nothing, but you feel bad for them, but you don't say nothing. You feel like you can't help anymore. Yeah, don't lose your faith, please. It's right there. You're the hermit. You don't lose faith because you have that hidden knowledge. Or maybe you wish somebody else didn't lose faith. Yeah, and you're not saying anything. You're kind of disappointed because somebody gave up on something. You're disappointed about something. You're going to speak your mind, you know, because it just seems like you love so silently. Of course, coming from the hermit, you love so silently, but you had wisdom upright. You know, what a fantastic reading, because it's such a lesson here. Yeah, of intuition, temperance. You might be dealing with a Sag or something, you know, that has to be balanced out with a Sag, you know. And you're trying your hardest to kick little advice for them so they can kick in and transform, but they keep resisting and it's pissing you off. You're not saying anything because you're leading with love. You're trying to really reflect a little deception there and not judge. Oh, how beautiful your energy is, my God. You're such strong intuition. You're really looking from afar. You're letting somebody heal on their own pace, but you know the wheel ain't going round upright, right? So you almost have your wing where you are in that ducks in a row. Your wing is right underneath the soulmates that need you the most. They know you're strong. They know that. They know you mean well. They will come around. I have news for you. Temperance always does. So if you're really worried about a temperance, you're really worried about a Leo, you know, you're worried if it's ever going to balance, if, you know, they're going to learn their lesson and grow up is what I'm hearing. Yeah, temperance laid on the board. So you're really very, you know, wisdom came out with you. Whoever I'm reading for, I love your intuition. I'm gonna leave it at that because, listen, you know what I mean. You know that they have to reflect. They have to know where they have to break something off and where they have to start again. So you're really in the here and now using your intuition and not holding it as heavy anymore because you know they have to do it. They have to do it. And I think that's where the wheel, you realize that hidden wisdom. So you're trying to help a Sagittarius, trying to help an Aries. You're trying to help a Capricorn, Taurus, Gemini, and Aquarius. That's that Cancerian energy that you're doing. You know, you're using your intuition, but I feel bad for you because you're holding it. You're also showed a new path for yourself. You're also concerned. I want to give them a little advice because it seems like you're giving a lot of people the love. I think you deserve it as well, Virgo. So there. You know, there is hope that for yourself, you're going to move forward. And, you know, things are going to be okay. I just have to let you know that. That's because you use intuition and you care about family in such a way. The universe is going to give you something in return. Here's your card from our ancestors. It says, where do I go when those tears you hold to the order to flow? Where do I go? So, you know, you're asking yourself, you know, where do I go? Maybe you're worried about somebody else. Is there somebody else in the family that can help? You're worried about a link to a family. You know, you really want to complete it, stabilize maybe some unknown that keeps arising. You know, and I want to let you know that message was received. So when I write MR down there, it means it's going to succeed. Indeed, it will be complete. It came in at 9:39 on 8/1. So that was unique, Virgo, that you got today's date in a card that I picked a year ago. So I think you're going to find, using your intuition, that there is indeed a way to go. There will be help if you just reach out. You're holding a lot, Virgo. It's time to reach out. There's somebody that you're willing to give a chance to, but you hold yourself. You want to purify something. You want to ground it. You want to use your intuition and your wisdom. And you did heal a lot. And you know that. Now you're trying to work on something, but you can never release that protected. That makes you feel good to protect. I love it. I love it. You know, there's an angel that's trying to synchronize you, you know, and I think the spirit guides know that you trust that playfulness, laughing will get you through. It's such a beautiful energy. I can't even, Virgo, your reading was kick-ass. It was just so, it's like somebody that's, has a lot of things going on around them, but they just keep this, let's goof around just to make that person that may be down, or why they're down, just give a little smile. You're a very caring soul, whoever I'm reading for, and I thank you for that. Okay? Closing Virgo out, even though I don't want to, because your energy is delicious. Alright, so closing Virgo's delicious energy out, coming through August. And we are now going into Taurus for the end of August. Taurus. They want me to read this card first, and I will. Breathing will improve your mental and emotional state. Good stress reliever. Calm your thoughts. This came in on 3/30/2019, so that's weird that you're in there. But 8/22, I don't know if that was a date, something that you had to make a decision with 8/8 portal. So 2 decisions in the 8/8 portal. This was done in 2019. So maybe a lot of clearing out that you have done, Taurus, you're going to notice, okay? Because, maybe you were taking things down, taking a breather from where you were in August. So you see that daily activity changing for a better. I want to feel that, because that's what I'm feeling shuffling your cards for Taurus. I'm feeling a change in a better. Okay. Yeah, there was a lot of things in the past that you had to deal with that maybe weren't going your way. You just weren't making the magic for yourself. There could have been a Gemini, and an Emperor, another fire sign, and a Gemini that maybe you felt there was communication that was rocky. But you didn't want to reflect it anymore. You found a way out of it. You didn't reflect it. You just moved forward. Yeah. You really concentrated on where your wheel can go. Maybe there was a Gemini in the past, and that's a past issue. You reflected long enough on that. You're moving forward. Nice. Star energy. I knew you were getting that. You've healed a lot in your energy. It's how beautiful to get the star. There was a lot to heal with Gemini. There was a lot to heal with an Aries. There was a lot to heal. In reflecting, or maybe fast actions, a lot has happened, and you know that the wheel is already turned, so you're letting it go. I want to see what the energy in all 3 of that means for our lovely Taurus, please, for the end of August. What's that Hangman reversed? You made a decision on something for yourself. You realize, you're heading off in a good adventure. You trusted your own instinct to let go of something. I like it. You really noticed the wheel was going faster. Time was moving fast. You didn't want to waste time as well. Yeah, you scented a lot of things before you grabbed that door. Yes, you did. I like Taurus. There you go. Strength. So you realized something. You had to take a trust in your own passion, in your own being. You also realized somebody else centered a lot. They held a lot. There was a lot of things that they transformed that you learned from. Yeah, you transitioned from. I knew that. Maybe an older energy, maybe someone older, you really looked at how they centered things, where things were not, really beneficial. You almost observed their movement. You learned something. Maybe to resist toxic. Maybe they found confidence in you, or they found trust in you. They really wanted you to move a different way. They showed caring, and you knew that. Yeah. That's what was hidden, that they care and that you care. I love your energy. Yeah, and you knew there was an off balance with the trust. Maybe they thought you were doing something, you weren't centering things right. They thought you were holding something. Meanwhile, you were trying to express that you weren't, but you knew the way the wheel was working. You knew there had to be something transformed. Yeah, so you thought about it, harmony. You found that clarity. I liked what you just brought through the door. There was something that was off balance, very, very hard, but I like the way the centering came out over the unknown. Something needs to be balanced. Yeah, there was a situation and choices with soulmates and the way he is ran or something. You know, there was some karmic that had to be completed. There's still some things left unfinished. You know, there was an argument that you walked away from. You know, there's also a Gemini that blocks in Aries, and you know that unknown about it. You know, there's no justice. There's also Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio on board. Yeah, something that you did not want. You didn't want this. You felt like they were soulmates, but there was a block in something with a Cancer and a Gemini. An unknown with a Cancer and Gemini, maybe a Libra. And also Leo. It was a Tower. So you reflected that you held those tower moments for a minute with all this, you know, and you figured, well, you know, where's the wheel moving for me? This is what you looked at, Taurus. What can I grab? You tried to help somebody, but they didn't trust you. So there was an argument, you walked away. There you are. You walked away. So you didn't want to bend the way they were bending, or maybe they were just, you know, centered too much and you wanted to have a little more adventure in your younger. Yeah, there was something that wasn't strong about a lesson there, right? You wanted your freedom. So maybe this was a parent that was holding, you know, too much love here, putting it out like, please don't fly away, you know, that type of thing. You knew there was no strength in that. That maybe it was moving out of the house, that type of thing, you know, the empty nest syndrome. You knew that that was injustice to the way they felt. Yeah, yeah, you knew that. You know, maybe they didn't handle it well either. You know, they did a reflection, or they weren't looking at certain things. Maybe that you were trying to do, but they seen a mirror image in them and you, and they spoke about it. So you were out of there. You figured, no, I'm not looking at that right now. I'm not going to resist what I really want. I'm going to go after what I want to transform, and I'll learn my lessons. So they were trying to portray, they wanted you to learn a lesson faster than you wanted to. They wanted to complete that lesson for you, and you wanted to go through it. I have to be honest. Yeah, you are. So the hyphenate took a risk, and they said, we're going. I want to see what, I love your energy. Sorry, I did something with the camera. I love your energy. I thought you weren't there, but we are still taping. Okay, good. All right, here we go. So listen, there was something, you know, you wanted to bring this love with you. Yes, you had an idea, but there was something unknown about it, so you dipped. Yeah, it wasn't your wish to end it like this. You were a little nervous in your own movement around them. Maybe they were stepping on eggshells around them because they thought you were resisting something that they thought you should have completed already. So there was too much protection there, too much control, and a parent bringing something together. It was cynical, and you said, this ain't strong, I'm out. You felt like it was combat and strife, so you decided, listen, I know you have moved a lot of obstacles, but I want to move my own. Shook the reins. Bull bottom horns for Taurus. That's what you did. You knew there was a lot coming to you. You knew someone was nervous. There was a lot of clarity, a lot of communication came in at once, too. You were like, wow, you were reflecting it for a minute. But you knew they were telling the truth, and there was a good intention behind it. You also knew they were handling a lot of healing matters, and something didn't go their way. Could have been dealing with an emperor. But you also have faith that they have things under control because they hold a lot of knowledge. They might not know what to do, but it always works out. It's always a victory. That's why I knew that was coming in. So you watch this person go through a lot of victories, but you learned something in duality with the lovers here. He's been through a lot. There was a lot of unknown that you two hold together between a magician and an emperor, right? There was a lot of times around this wheel. There was a lot of obstacles just moved together. There was also a Cancerian above you that came out first with the mastery. Yeah, you weren't using your judgment, was quick healing, but gained, you know, some patience in each other's. I knew the chariot was coming in. You were dealing with a Cancer sign as well, prominently. You were losing your patience in with another Empress around them. They were blocking your movement and Sun, constantly judging you. And you decided to take off. You're young enough to do so too. Yeah, you're not going to try to fix this tower. You've had movement from it. You don't want to work on this anymore. You want, from the past. You want an off balance to finally come to a rest. There was no clarity in it, right? You felt bad, but it wasn't healing you any. It was actually toxic. So you know what you did? You didn't put any work into it, and there you went. There was a Cancerian energy that you didn't put work into it. You didn't want to cut it off either, but you didn't want a transformation either. But you weren't trying to be sneaky, but you were just trying to work it out yourself. And I think the other person knows that. The other person knows that. What a reading, because there was a lot of conflict, but there was a lot of understanding. There was a lot of reflection with it and understanding. So right off the jump, that's healing. That's using your intuition to ground something. That again, purity came out with all of you Earth signs. Each and every one of you Earth sign purity came through. Yes, it did. Because you also have a way, just like Virgo, to bring that reflection of a kindred spirit. Maybe you were trying to cheer this person up. And little by little, they were starting to put you to a lesson they went through and thought you were facing the same lesson. So they wanted the same transformation as the butterfly. You understand? Yeah, they wanted to awaken you sooner than you wanted to. You see what I mean? Yeah, you had to go through your shallow self, not them. So they learned a lesson and you learned a lesson. That it's more, let the angel go through their own lesson and harmonize themselves. Let them surrender themselves and find the peace. No one can release that. That's an abundant one. It is enchantment with each other's soul to heal in a level. That's wisdom. And it's also letting someone love and learn how to awaken and use their intuition themselves to ground things where they had to find where they had to fix, and trust themselves. So lesson learned. Wow, wow, wow. We're in Aquarius energy coming into full moon in Aquarius. That earth into air, that grounding of communication. It's a victory. The angels backed you up in everything you had to do. I really believe this is a strong movement through this 8-8 portal. The end of August looks fantastic. A movement for yourself. A victory in such a kind heart with Virgo, and the beauty in Capricorn. So all of you did wonderful. 52-21. A 7-3 is a complete victory, as you see. Take care. I'll see you soon. I loved your stories. I loved your inspirational energy that you brought through. Earth signs, you rock. Take care.